Sharper Point Commentary, presented by Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
Last night's CBS News Vice Presidential Debate, which you heard here on KTAR, was, according to polling, a virtual tie. But more importantly, it felt like two adults talking in an adult way about adult things, not yelling or calling each other names like dummy head. Highly respected Arizona political consultant Chuck Coughlin respected Tim Walz and JD Vance for keeping it civil.
It was two guys who were substantively engaged in a conversation, a civil conversation that was edifying, that actually helped people understand issues and understand differences.
Isn't it funny that we're shocked that something like this can happen? But since it was all positive and kumbaya, I'm going to go negative and talk about where they didn't do great. And it comes back to a pet peeve of mine. The skirting, deflecting, diverting, pivoting, and parrying, whatever word you want to use to describe not answering questions that I know they understand if they really are adults. Here was Walz's worst example. He has said in the past that he was in Hong Kong during the Tiananmen Square massacre, which occurred in June of 1989, but Minnesota Public Radio reports Walz wasn't in Asia until August of that year.
Can you explain that discrepancy?
Yeah, well, and to the folks out there who didn't get at the top of this, look, I grew up in small rural Nebraska, town of 400, town that you rode your bike with your buddies till the streetlights come on, and I'm proud of that service.
Huh? Proud of that service? I rode my bike around town as a kid, but I didn't consider it a service. I think you meant to use that phrase, I'm proud of that service, after you mentioned this, Governor.
I joined the National Guard at 17, worked on family farms.
And he went on to ramble even more.
I've tried to do the best I can, but I've not been perfect, and I'm a knucklehead at times, but it's always been about
Before being brought back to answer the question, or not answer the question in a very awkward way.
The question was, can you explain the discrepancy?
All I said on this was I got there that summer and misspoke on this, so I will just, that's what I've said.
Awkward.
So I was in
Awkward.
Hong Kong and China during the democracy protests went in. And from that, I learned a lot of what needed to be in governance.
I almost felt bad for Tim Walz, and probably would have if I haven't suffered through about 1 million bad non-answers to questions I've asked politicians. Just say it, dude. I changed the dates to make it sound like I was there for an historic moment. For his part, JD Vance's non-shining moment was the moment, or moments, when he never answered the question about whether he thought Donald Trump won or lost the 2020 election, even when his debate mate, Tim Walz, directly asked him.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
It's a damning non-answer for you to not talk about censorship.
Just say it this way. I believe Donald Trump lost in 2020, but I can't say it because he'll throw me off the ticket and his supporters will want to hang me, even though I'll never become vice president like Mike Pence. I have to say, though, overall, this really did feel good watching this. And I think JD Vance did the best in this sense. He's got a future. He definitely has a future in politics and might just be running for president himself in the near future.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's Morning News and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.